right, so here we are in scene 5 of Act 4. It is now Wednesday morning, the day of Juliet's now supposed marriage to Paris, and we know that she had recently drank the poison. So here we are. The nurse is unaware, of course, of this plan, so enter nurse. Nurse, mistress, what mistress? Juliet! Fast, I warrant her, she, meaning she's been probably fast asleep. Why, lamb, why, lady, fie, you slug-a-bed. Why, love, I say, madam, sweetheart. Why, bride. What, not a word? You'll take your penny's worth now, meaning get your beauty rest now. Sleep for a week, for the next night, I warrant, the county Paris hath set up his rest that you shall rest but little, meaning take your rest now because, it'll be your wedding night tonight, and so you want to save up your energy for that. God forgive me, Mary and amen. How sound is she asleep? I must needs wake her. By the way, how sound is she asleep? Remember that she is technically asleep, but she's supposed to look dead. So yeah, she probably does look pretty darn asleep at this point. Madam, madam, madam. Ay, let the county take you in your bed. He'll fright you up in faith. Will it not be? She undraws the curtains. What, dressed and in your clothes? And down again? I must needs wake you, lady, lady. Lady? Alas, alas, help, help! My lady's dead. Oh, well a day that ever I was born. Some aqua vitae. Oh, my lord, my lady. Enter Lady Capulet. Lady Capulet. What noise is here? Nurse. Oh, lamentable day. Lady Capulet. What's the matter? Nurse. Look, look, oh heavy day. Lady Capulet. Oh me, my child, my only life. Revive, look up, or I will die with thee. Help, help, call help. I find this really interesting that Lady Capulet, of all people, says, Juliet, you're my reason for living, when just the night before, the day before, she was telling Juliet, I don't care what happens to you. You know, your dad says he's going to kick you out. I'm done with her. So it's interesting that now all of a sudden she thinks she's dead, and now she's her reason for living. Enter Capulet. For shame, bring Juliet forth. Her lord is come. Nurse. She's dead, deceased, she's dead. Alack the day. Lady Capulet. Alack the day, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead. Capulet. Let me see her out. Alas, she's cold. Her blood is settled and her joints are stiff. Life and these lips have long been separated. Death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field. By the way, this is an example of personification, that death lies on her. But we'll keep going. Nurse. Oh, lamentable day. Lady Capulet. Oh, woeful time. Capulet. Death, that hath taken her hence to make me wail, ties up my tongue and will not let me speak. So they are all obviously grieving very loudly. And again, multiple times death is being personified, and that's going to continue to be personified in the next section here. Enter Friar Lawrence and Paris with musicians. Now remember, Friar Lawrence knows what's going on. He knows that Juliet is not actually dead. However, he is probably unaware of the timing, or maybe he does know because he is walking in with Paris, so it's possible Paris told him that the wedding got moved up, which Friar Lawrence would have to be a part of, but still, it was probably a bit of a shock to him. Friar Lawrence, come, is the bride ready to go to church? He's playing his part there. Capulet, ready to go, but never to return. O son, the night before thy wedding day hath death lain with thy wife. There she lies, flower as she was, deflowered by him, meaning instead of Paris getting to deflower her, which is another name for take her virginity, or another word for take her virginity, he says death has done so, right? Death has lain with thy wife, meaning he got to her before you could. Death is my son-in-law, death is my heir, my daughter he hath wedded. I will die and leave him all, life, living, all is death's. I mean, everything belongs to death. He is the inheritor, and I don't know what word you want there, but he's the person that gets everything of the benefit of marrying Juliet. Paris, have I thought long to see this morning's face, and doth it give me such a sight as this? Lady Capulet, accursed, unhappy, wretched, hateful day, most miserable hour that ever time saw, and lasting labor of his pilgrimage. But one poor and loving child, but one thing to rejoice and solace in, and cruel death hath catched it from my sight. Once again, Lady Capulet, I find it so interesting because just the other day she was saying how, I had once thought we were so blessed to have our one child, but now I don't even want this one. And now she's back to, I was only given one child and now the child was taken from me. So she's really on that whole one child thing. And she keeps going back and forth how she feels about that. Nurse, oh woe, oh woeful, woeful, woeful day, most lamentable day, most woeful day, that ever I did yet behold. Oh day, oh day, oh day, oh hateful day, never was seen so black a day as this. Oh woeful day, oh woeful day. Paris, beguiled, divorced, wronged, spited, slain, most detestable death, by thee beguiled, by cruel, cruel thee, quite overthrown. Oh love, oh life, not life, but love in death. Capulet, despised, distressed, hated, martyred, killed. Uncomfortable time, why camest thou now to murder our solemnity? O child, my soul and not my child, dead art thou. Alack, my child is dead, and with my child my joys are buried. Friar Lawrence, peace, oh for shame, confusion's cure lives not in these confusions. Meaning, look, you guys are kind of being really crazy right now. You're shouting and you're, grieving very, very loudly. But what he's saying is the solution to all of this chaos here is not more chaos, right? It's not loud outcries. Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid. Now heaven hath all, and all the better is it for the maid. Okay, I want to break that down real quick. Saying, look, heaven let you borrow Juliet, right? You had part in this fair maid, meaning you got to have time with Juliet. And now heaven hath all, meaning heaven has taken her back. And all the better is it for the maid. Why? Why is Juliet now in a better situation? Because she's now in heaven, right? So he's saying, look, guys, put this into perspective. Okay, you guys are acting a little crazy here. Although honestly and realistically, I think to grieve over a dead daughter is probably appropriate. I think what they're doing is probably appropriate. However, the friar knows what's going on, and so he's trying to calm them down, trying to give them some sense of peace and comfort. And he's saying, look, we need to rest in the knowledge that she is in heaven. Your part in her you could not keep from death. So once again, you were borrowing her from heaven. But heaven keeps his part in eternal life. There's a lot of personification in here, by the way. The most you sought was her promotion, for 'twas your heaven she should be advanced. Meaning, on this earth, the best thing you could possibly hope for her was that she would make it to heaven, right? And weeping now, seeing she is advanced above the clouds as high as heaven itself. Meaning, the best thing you could have hoped for her was for her to go to heaven, and now you're crying because she's in heaven, okay? Oh, in this love, you love your child so ill, meaning you're doing her a disservice in the way that you're loving her if you're upset that she's in heaven, that you run mad seeing that she is well. She's not well married that lives married long, but she's best married that dies married young. This goes back to kind of what Capulet said in Act 1, where if you marry too young, you have more time to become bitter in your marriage. And so he's saying it's almost better that she died young because she never got a chance to kind of spoil as a wife. Dry up your tears and stick your rosemary on this fair course. Rosemary is a symbol of remembrance of a loved one. And as the custom is, in all her best array, bear her to church. For though fond nature bids us lament, meaning human nature, it's natural for us to grieve, yet nature's tears are reason's merriment. Meaning, again, reason should take priority here over sorrow. We should be happy for Juliet, considering where she is now. Capulet, all things that we ordained festival, meaning everything that we've been preparing for a celebration, for a wedding, turn from their office to black funeral. Our instruments to melancholy bells, Our wedding cheer to a sad burial feast. Our solemn hymns to sullen dirges change. Dirges are funeral hymns. Our bridal flowers serve for a buried corse, and all things change them to the contrary. Friar Lawrence, Sir, go you in, and Madam, go with him. And go, Sir Paris, everyone prepare to follow this fair course unto her grave. The heavens do lower upon you for some ill. Move them no more by crossing their high will. Meaning, don't tempt or anger fate anymore. Exit Capulet, Lady Capulet, Paris, and Friar Lawrence. And now we're going to have a little bit of a change of scene here because that was really, really dramatic and really, really heavy. So let's go ahead and finish the rest of this. We have some musicians, and they're probably here for the wedding. The first musician says, Faith, we may put up our pipes and be gone, meaning there's no use for us anymore. Nurse, honest good fellows, put up. For well you know, this is a pitiful case. Exit. So again, all their preparation for beautiful, happy music is kind of to waste at this point. First musician, aye, by my troth, the case may be amended. Yeah, I mean, things could be better. Enter Peter, and if you remember, Peter has actually already made an entrance in this play. He was the attendant with the nurse who was kind of laughing at her when Mercutio was teasing her. So Peter comes in, and he's kind of a funny guy. He says, musicians, heart's ease, oh, when you will have me live, play heart's ease. So he's trying to get them to play a song for him. First musician, why heart's ease? Peter, oh, musicians, because my heart itself plays, my heart is full of woe. Oh, play me some merry dump to comfort me. First musician, not a dump we. Remember, a dump is a sad song. Not a dump we, 'tis no time to play now. He's like kind of being bad taste, right? To like play music out here. Peter, you will not then? First musician, no. Peter, I will then give it to you soundly. Meaning I'm going to tell you something then. First musician, what will you give us? Peter, no money on my faith, but the gleek. I will give you the minstrel. The word give is being used first as like to receive, right? Like what will you give us? What are you going to give to us? And then second, Peter uses the word give as call. I will give you the name minstrel, which is kind of like a lowly musician. I mean, you're so lame. You're just a lowly musician. First musician, then I will give you the serving creature. I mean, that's what I'm going to call you, you servant. Peter, then I will lay the serving creature's dagger on your pate. Okay, I mean, I'm going to smack you in your forehead. I will carry no crotchets. I'll ray you. I'll fa you. Do you note me? Okay, re and fa, that actually comes from do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So it's like a singing type thing. When he says, do you note me, he means, do you understand me? You get my drift? First musician, and you re us and fa us, you note us, meaning, yeah, if you're going to sing a song for us, those are musical notes, right? So this, again, is a pun. Back up here with give is also a pun. So we're playing with words here. Second musician, pray you, put up your dagger. Ironically, it means put down your dagger. And put out your wit, meaning stop kidding around. Again, this is probably not the best time to be like doing a little battle of wits here. Peter, then have at you with my wit. I will dry beat you with an iron wit and put up my iron dagger. Answer me like men. When griping grief the heart doth wound, and doleful dumps the mind oppress, then music with her silver sound. Why silver sound? Why music with her silver sound? What say you, Simon Catling? Okay, so he's kind of quoting a famous little line of either poetry or song, I'm not totally sure, and it ends with silver sound, so it's the music with her silver sound. Why silver sound, he says. And then Simon Catling is a violin, it's the name of a violin string, and so he's kind of teasing them by calling them by their musical instruments. Musician, marry, sir, because silver hath a sweet sound. So his answer to this little riddle of why music with the silver sound is, well, silver is a sweet sound. Peter, pretty. What say you, Hugh Rebeck? Which is a fiddle. Second musician, I say silver sound because musicians sound for silver, meaning we play for money. That's how they earn their living. Peter, pretty too. What say you, James Soundpost? Another part of a violin. Third musician, Faith, I know not what to say. I mean, this guy's kind of done with Peter. Peter's being kind of silly here. Peter, Oh, I cry you mercy, you are the singer. I will say for you, it is music with her silver sound, because musicians have no gold for sounding, meaning you guys are uh, basically street performers. You're not really well off, you're not wealthy, you don't have gold, so it has to be silver because you are not wealthy. Then music with her silver sound, with speedy help doth lend redress. Excuse me. And he exits. So Peter just kind of comes in, does this little riddle. He's screwing with them. He's having a little pun battle with them. And it's all just kind of silly stuff. First musician, what a pestilent knave is the same. Second musician, ah, hang him, Jack. Come, we'll in here. Tarry for the mourners and stay for dinner. And they all exit. So the question then is, this last scene with Peter and the musicians, why is it here? What is it here for? And with that, we will end all of Act 4.